Hey guys, I'm Clayton Chapman. Today I am making a carrot and ginger soup. What I love about this particular soup is it's like the tail end of the winter with the hearty root vegetables and the carrot, but the ginger adds this like brightness and this acidity to it. At least for me, it reminds me of spring. Cuts through a little bit of the creaminess and a little bit of the fattiness of the soup. A lot of soups that I make at the restaurant are made in this style, where it's a sauté of vegetables and then like a reduction of white wine and stock, fortified with a little bit of cream and a little bit of butter. This can be applied to a variety of different vegetables and soups. So my list of ingredients: I have some pre-cut winter carrots, julienne yellow onion, fresh ginger, a little herb sachet. This has thyme and rosemary in it. I have my pre-chopped ginger, house churned butter. I'm gonna finish with a little bit of lemon zest, the garlic confit, that's gonna go in with the sauté. I have a little bit of cream that's gonna finish, homemade vegetable stock, parsley, creme fraiche, white wine, and then our friends at George Paul vinegar with a little bit of their prairie white. To start is a very simple sauté, and I'm going to go into a preheated enameled cast iron, a little bit of butter. Once your butter melts and starts to foam a bit, you know that it's hot enough and ready to go in with your julienne onions. I like to salt my onions right when they go in the pan. Fresh cracked black pepper. I really just like to soften these for a few minutes. The onions are soft. In go my carrots. This is about 2 parts carrot to 1 part onion. The idea here is to put a little color on the carrot so that it adds like some caramelization. Another pinch of salt, another crack of pepper. I do this in multiple stages as we go, and that just like helps ensure that things are evenly seasoned all the way throughout. After the onions have softened, the carrots just have a tad bit of color to them. I'm gonna go in with my roasted garlic, go with my ginger. We'll stir this to combine. It smells so good. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my white wine. Got my wine reduced just a hair. We call it au sec or almost dry. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my vegetable stock. So enough stock to cover. Keep your heat on medium. Stir everything to combine. Make sure it's mixed well. Another pinch of salt. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my herb sash. It's right in the middle there. I like to tie a butcher's twine around it, and then I tie it to the side of the pan here. And that way, it's just easy to pull out at the end of making the soup. So I'm gonna bring this to a boil, and I'm gonna allow it to simmer for about 30 to 45 minutes until the carrots are completely tender. My carrots have been cooking for about 45 minutes or so. They're completely tender, like almost fork mashable, which is exactly what I'm looking for. My vegetable stock is reduced quite a bit. It's kind of combined with this roasted garlic and this ginger, and it's kind of created this almost like paste that surrounds the outside of the vegetables. So at this point, what I like to do is I like to add just a little bit of cream. When this gets pureed, it really helps just emulsify your vegetable stock and your carrots together. You get this like completely velvety, smooth carrot soup. So I don't like to cook the cream a whole lot. I just simply like to bring it to a boil so that I'm not adding anything cold into the blender. I'm gonna turn off my heat. You can remove your herb sachet here. And just right before the carrot soup goes into the blender, I like to make like a real quick parsley oil to kind of drizzle on top. Very simple. 2 ingredients, parsley and oil. I like to use a neutral cooking oil, like a grapeseed or a vegetable oil. So I'm simply taking whole parsley, stem, leaf, completely raw, put it in the blender, add a little oil just to get this thing started. We're gonna turn it on high. All right. So what I love about this, about adding the raw parsley, I love the like brightness and the freshness that you get from just the raw parsley as opposed to blanching it beforehand. I'm really hoping that that strainer is gonna catch any of these extra particles of parsley. So I'm just gonna kind of let this sit and naturally strain. Everything goes in, stock, that cream we brought to a boil, all my carrots and onions. Top goes on. Go back on high. So you can see I'm completely pureed. to finish. Just a little bit of whole butter, tiny scoop, creme fraiche, and then that white wine vinegar that I talked about. The vinegar helps cut through a little bit of this cream and creme fraiche, and the fattiness just brightens it up. Final pinch of salt. Back on the blender for 1 more minute. Amazing color. Carrots almost take on this like bright yellow color from the air in the blender. I have my parsley oil here. Let's give this a little love tap. Get all that out of there. Just take a little bit. Drizzle it over the top. A little bit of creme fraiche, fresh cracked black pepper. A little fresh parsley, lemon zest, and a pinch of fresh sea salt. I feel that this is like last bit of winter, first part of spring, all in a bowl. Impress friends and family with something that's like so incredibly simple to make at home, and this technique is universal. So I've got some great soups coming out in the near future that kind of embody this technique of like the sauté and the puree, and it just allows you so much diversity in your home cooking and the soups that you make. So from my kitchen to yours, I hope you enjoy as much as I do. Please tune in for some more great content coming your way soon. Thanks guys, take care. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're enjoying our series, please feel free to hit subscribe below so you can be the first in the loop to join us each week as we release new content. I went into work the other day wearing this shirt. One of the kids, he's like 18, he thought he'd be really funny and try and give me a hard time, and he's like, "Hey chef, what were you doing, cattle and hurdle?" And I was like, "What did you just say to me?"